Wow, welcome to today's podcast. I'm so honored. Thank you so much for those who had the chance to listen to the first episode, and we're talking surely about what love is. And today I'll be talking about something so interesting that most young people mistake for love or for true love. Is something called infatuation. I know you've heard this word before, maybe somewhere, or you've read it somewhere in a book, or you've come across it when you are looking up new words in a dictionary. Yes, infatuation has several definitions, and I did my small simple research about what infatuation is. And as we diving into today's topic, very sensitive, very scary, very funny, and also very interesting. So many people keep asking these questions. What's infatuation? What is it? What does it do to a person? Especially as a young person, I'm sure you've asked this question several times. Way back, looking through my life, when I was a teenager, I actually had certain moments where I had infatuation slap me on the face until someone actually taught me, and that was my youth worker. Anyway, so infatuation has three definitions, as I said earlier on, and the first one, simple definition, is, I know you've heard this before, that love is blind, right? Yes, many people say that. But this is what infatuation is. The first definition is being blindly in love. Some of you have experienced this before. You have been at that place before. Some of you could be at that place right now, whereby everything ceases to make sense. Like when you get to a point where, people don't matter. Whatever people say don't matter to you anymore, because you're blindly and madly in love. You can walk in the rain. You can actually get knocked or hit by a car. Just kidding. But some people can actually go that extra mile. So infatuation, first definition, is being blindly in love. And then the second one is being inspired with an intense but short-lived passion or admiration for. Most of it comes it's a passion that drives you crazy. But interestingly, we have an opportunity here. And that opportunity is we can actually control it. Then the third one is, this is crazy, made foolish by love. You get to make silly decisions. You get to make silly choices. And just a couple of young people have been around. People have made several choices, wrong ones, because they are struggling with infatuation, or they're having this infatuation moments whereby you try to explain things. They don't see the other side of the coin. They want to see one side of the coin. And that can be very, very destructive and very dangerous. Thank God I had people who didn't give up on me as I was going through that same season or phase as a teenager, struggling with infatuation every single day. Yeah, I'd met several girls. Yeah, girls. Yeah, when I was a teenager. Anyway, so since we're done with defining what infatuation is, I'd just like to fall into today's discussion. And this is how I want to bring it out. And infatuation is a state of being completely carried away by the attraction to someone. Most times it's the attraction that actually drives us nuts. I like someone's eyebrows. I like the way they smile. I like the way they laugh. And you also want to copy the same thing. Or you feel oh my God, why? Why do they look that way? So the dictionary calls it, as I said earlier, being blind in love. So in other words, you are so carried away by the attraction that you don't know what you are doing. Like, the attraction is crazy. I remember how infatuated I was when I was a teenager in high school. Like, when the person I was infatuating over never came to school, I would feel sick. If they didn't make it to, like they are being punished for the wrong reason, for something they've done wrong, I feel like I could take it for them. Of course, that's when it reminds me of this song I had when I was in high school by Bruno Mars. Crazy, I know. Crazy example, I know. But it's very, very true how this guy just says, I can take a bullet for ya. I can jump in front of a train for ya. That's infatuation. By the time you can do that, are you sure you understand what you're doing? Especially as a teenager, it's so destructive. So one involved in a romantic infatuation usually cannot think of anything or anyone else other than themselves. Everything becomes about you. You forget the fact that what you are thinking affects the other people around you as well. So as a teenager, very, very important. You're not going to die when that infatuation comes over you. You won't die. You have the ability to handle and manage it as well. So, an infatuation is an exciting experience, an emotional high, but it never lasts longer because it's not true love. Look through your own archives of people you've infatuated over. The people you've crushed over, you're like, oh my God, I like that person. The next year, someone else comes up with an upgrade of eyebrows that you had seen before. So if the previous eyebrows or the previous smile you saw was like smile 0.2, now this upgrade will be like smile 0.5 or 10 point something. So it's very, very crazy. You need to make a choice every single day. When infatuation comes, what do you do about it? What do you do about it? So you sometimes become very irresponsible and you tend to neglect your duties. Take it back. You're a teenager. Infatuation is killing you, and the person you're infatuating over or having infatuation over is actually close to you or near you. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to stop doing your house chores. Your mom or your dad or your guardian will be telling you, by the way, I would want you to do this, and because you are seeing them, you would not want to do it because you feel like your ranks will drop. You feel like your ability to be lovable will drop. Your beauty will drop, or your being cute, handsome will actually fall down. But the truth is, you can't neglect your duty. Infatuation kind of carries that away from you. You have a choice to make. So sometimes as a young person, you will actually have what they call daydreaming, and you stop doing your duties, and then when someone asks, what's the matter with you, you're like, I feel I don't feel myself today. And then you'll smile, and interestingly, that's not right. Anyways, I know my time is getting up, but I want to share with you a story about this person, or this amazing lady is called Debbie. So Debbie was infatuated with Larry. He was handsome, and the fact that he was a football hero made him all more appealing to her. Then one day, the thing she had dreamt of actually happened. Larry phoned to ask her for a date. She was thrilled. When he arrived and she asked where they were going, he gave a vague answer. Funny, crazy answer. They drove out to a lonely place and parked. He told her how much he loved her. That's Larry telling Debbie how much he loved Debbie. Before long, things were getting out of hand, but she didn't stop him. She thought, a little experience won't hurt me. That little experience turned out to be going all the way. I guess you know where I'm going to now. Later, Debbie said, it was awful. I was so scared. I didn't feel any thrill at all. I kept thinking, what if someone should drive up and see us? Within a few minutes, I was putting on my blouse, hating myself for throwing away something precious on a guy who didn't even care about me and one whom I didn't care about. And that is Debbie's story. Simple as that. Can you control infatuation? Yes, you have the ability and the power to. But I want to end it this way. Whenever that opportunity rises, I like to say it, opportunities, not challenges. When that opportunity arises, you also have an opportunity to make good choices. Here I charge you, go make good choices in your life. That as you get crushed over or you get crashes, allow yourself to be fine. Simple last story about myself. So when I was in high school, I remember I was just sharing this same story a couple of days ago with one of the teenagers who was asking me about it. And did I crush on girls? Yes, I did, several of them. But interestingly, I liked them because of something they had. Either the brown skin, eyebrows, the way they smiled, the way they laughed, the way they wrote in their books. But every other time I would realize, thank God I didn't actually launch myself out there saying, oh, by the way, I feel this about you, blah, blah, blah. All those interesting, crazy, nice promises that sometimes are not fulfilled. So I made peace and I was like, it's fine. I just like this person because of their eyebrows. So what if one day they decide to shave their eyebrows? What happens? Like, what happens? Or one day they just stop. Okay, they can't stop being brown. They'll always be brown. What if one day, like, whatever happens, will I still like them? I was like, no, I'm not so sure. Now that's when I was like, you know what? I think I was just infatuating over this girl. And I was like, you know what? It's okay. I will look at people, crush over them, crush over their voices, crush over the way they talk, how they walk. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to launch myself out there and throw what's precious to me at them, yet they are not the right people. And since then, as a teenager, I made choices. Hard ones every single day. All my friends dating, not understanding the reasons why they're even dating. At the end of the day, they messed up, but I made choices. And here I am testifying and very happy that I made choices right. You can do the same. And as a parent, if you're listening to this, encourage your children. Have conversation with them. Talk to them. Especially when they are teenagers like now. Talk to them. Because they have a lot that is going on. They have a lot of crushes happening. They have a lot of people they are crushing on. So you have this conversation. Listen to them out. Like hear them out. Because it really matters. Sorry for the long podcast, but I'm excited that you got to learn something today. Yeah, so don't be blindly in love. Don't be blind in love, or don't be foolish in love, something like that. So make good choices. The right person is waiting for you. Take time. Enjoy your life.